The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of...
That's why it has to be our little secret. Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you, still. All you need to do is focus on your goal.
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can...
There's no need to be so modest, Dion-san. Your incredible strength has long been a
Archon, I'm sorry about before. You have so much on your...
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all get overwhelmed by our emotions, myself included. Your reaction to Kachina's disappearance, well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down.
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is where I store all the various mementos I've collected.
Whoa. I've never seen this place before.
It looks like there are I suppose you could think of it as and physical items. Now, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony, so feel free to take a look around in the meantime. If you're curious about it.
Alright, we'll have a look. This is Atea's talisman.
I'm sure you're familiar with this one already. Atea was rarely...
There are so many...
No, those belong to the Masters of the Nightwind. Their ceremony... Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. Even though the tools you see here are quite traditional, her students found them out. The contents of the jars aren't all that special. Oh,
Ooh, must be something...
grape juice.
Huh?
It's quite tasty, although... The powder still needs some time to settle, so let's wait a little longer.
Hello, Armor Raven. It's been a long time, my friend. My little nephew. How are you, bud? How are you?
Well,
Hopefully I didn't miss you in the
what do you
chat.
think of my collection? Do you feel like you have a better understanding of
has.
Natlan's culture now?
You have Discord still? We should reconnect on Discord.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I put my server as...
I have been good, and yes, I do. Alright, your Discord, and we'll connect right now. I'd like to
That
reconnect.
would be easier if somebody had loved ones that they would like to...
Let's see. Go here. Add friend. Give you a sec, sure. I'm continue.
If each item represents a different story, seems like Natlan's really been through a lot. Does every item hold a special memory, just like Atea's talisman?
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names passed down among the tribes. They demonstrate the true shape of time.
The shape of time?
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot change the past or predict the future. But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the past, present, and future all exist at
once?
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your... Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way don't cease to exist. They become part of who you are. Take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions, and eventually arrive at a very different destination. The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means to perceive it. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name. Fate. You're quite familiar with that concept, I would imagine.
Oh, nope, there he is. Whoa! Underscores? For real? Huh. I remember teaching you not to have underscores. Friend request is sent.
That does kinda make sense. The future hasn't happened, but already exists.
Alright, I'm gonna mute up on here.
Humanity excels at living in the present, but too often we forget the past and neglect the future. While the pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us to a better future. Only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless eras can we fight back against an enemy. To come up with such a set of rules, the first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level... That's correct. Namely, a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to Archonhood. By holding the pill. In addition, the Sacred Flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of this.
So, it all comes down to the power of the Divine Throne and the rules. Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes. That's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person. It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh,
A little late for that question, don't you think?
sorry! I'm so sorry!
It's all right. I'd never get upset over something like that. No matter what others may say, my past is becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of responsibility. My father made... One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the sorry... My sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but I still remember the...
Wow.
Isn't that what being a family is all about? As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation, and experiences like...
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all grown up by now, right?
I believe she ended up working as an architect and Anyway, place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin. Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer. Allow her to answer our call.
Am I hallucinating?
Kachina!
Huh? I'm not seeing things.
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured I was waiting for the Y-Up to send me back, but then the Y-Up saved me, even though its power is weakening. So I've been hiding from the monsters while the Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though. I keep hearing...
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to... I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. I'll find a way back. You don't have...
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do...
I'm still... I don't want you to put your...
All you need to do is place your No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind.
Yeah, we're so close!
Thank you. Be careful.
Looks like we've lost contact. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount of time inside could expose you to corrosion.
I know.
All right, then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in that face you just...
No, I just...
I'll go with them too, Archon. Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support. Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter...
That won't happen.
I hope not.
So we're underneath Natlan right now? It looks nothing like Paimon was imagining.
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society after the fall of...
So these are Saurian ruins? Wait, you mean like the elemental sovereigns?
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now, so these ruins have been abandoned for a long time. But with the recent increase in Abyss activity, the installation... So what you're saying is... We're not...
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle.
Why are you all laughing?
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking in!
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Then let's go! We won't let anything stand in our way!
Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one.
Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Illusion shattered!
The Temple of Wisdom. Rest and rebuild.
One with nature. Fallen leaves, adorn my night! The wind knows me.
Whoa, the place we need to go seems really high up. Grow!
Wind strider. As one with wind and cloud. One with nature. Time to go. Into the wind.
Shine down!
Let's change tactics. Allow me.
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Illusion shattered! Inazuma shines eternal! This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it.
Easy for you to say.
This must be the entrance the Pyro Archon told us about.
Yes. There's something in the depths of this place that feels...
We actually have to go in. Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom. It looks so different from what I imagined, and that overflow of energy is probably what trapped Kachina here.
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world...
Paimon's more worried about how we're gonna make it out. The obvious...
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there? Oh, it's so high up. Did we...
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all... If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here...
That's it? You really think that little of Paimon? That's not even why Paimon asked!
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina.
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world.
The terrain looks difficult to navigate, and the visibility's not great either. How are we...
Yeah, these floating black things don't...
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right? Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malco. I was completely lost. It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. I'm sorry I can only appear before you.
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the spirit speakers... But we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama...
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. Under the power of the stone, it felt like our souls were connected. Turns out even our regrets were exactly...
Whether in triumph or death.
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us, but... You're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow... Be careful. This place...
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Ouch!
Quick, get back here! You can't go wandering off. Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being. We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way.
Rest and rebuild!
Shine down!
Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
Into the wind.
Committed to memory!
Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows me. Time to go. Time to go.
Oh, Paimon can't see anything!
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
Did you hear that? What? Never mind. It was...
Don't scare Paimon like...
I heard it too.
Ah! What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It's...
Paimon just heard it too! Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place!
We're here, Kachina!
Oh, honey? You made it!
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these monsters.
Good idea. Let's go!
Spin to win! Allow me! This way, turn a little. Roll!
Wind Strider.
You're here! You're finally here! Thank you so much! That monster can appear from anywhere! It almost caught me a bunch of times. The YF's power helped keep me hidden, so I just tried.
Had a girl. You did so well.
Should we start heading back then?
Actually, I have a request. I can't exactly put it into words, but...
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well. Everything we've seen here certainly...
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyab of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyab. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, there are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyab can extend their consciousness over but if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul could become...
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even...
Still, we can't just leave the YF to suffer.
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Kachina? What's wrong?
Nothing. Just a headache.
Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already...
No, I'm just up ahead. I'll lead the...
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you, but that's because we want... You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you reach your limit.
All right. The sooner we get the...
We've already come all this way, so we might as well try...
Let's go.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself?
It's all right. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar. I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not so go. Achieve your goal.
Thank you for everything. You're a true...
No.
Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that.
Move out.
Wyatt? Wyatt! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyatt?
So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. Alright, get ready, everyone! Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place!
Careful. We've got company.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me down? Courage. He tried to get it. He would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than... You may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now. No. The power of the Abyss is intoxicating. I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out that is the tragedy of your short lives. You understand nothing of all-encompassing ancient names, pride, friendship. The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure selfishness. Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina...
Kachina, give me your hand. Feel that?
Thanks, Moalani. Because I'm not...
You're right. But you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had...
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back down? The power lies not in... but in our commitment to upholding that ideal.
Well said!
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance.
There aren't many in...
From the ashes,
Jabam!
this world and you. Hear the inferno call. Let the flames of redemption rage.
Drilling down! Oh! Catch an epic wave! Let's ride! Woohoo!
The flames of redemption rage. Hear the inferno call.
Faster!
Time for my coming. Revelation from on high.
Let's ride! Let's shred, Sharky!
Hear the inferno's call. Hear the inferno's
Carving wave!
call. The fate of this world is already.
We won! We actually won!
That's what he gets for Fantastic work, Kachina! This makes me so... unbelievable.
I'm happy too, Moalani. Together we really are unstoppable!
Huh? My ancient name is... glowing? But I thought I didn't bring it with me!
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't
Wait, does that...
That was a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place so overrun with abyssal corruption. Still, seeing you pull it off was really something. Everything you said was exactly right. As isolated individuals, we stand no chance against the power of the Abyss. It took years' worth of scars and lots of unnecessary... The Pyro Archon's plan will unite... Only then will we have the... Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the...
I've heard that name before. You were the...
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient name, under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save. As long as blood still runs through your veins, its blaze will become even amid everlasting darkness. Our bonds remain eternal.
What's wrong, Malani? So that's what happened.
What do you mean? Did
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis where... We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here. I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Okay, that should be enough.
I hear your voice.
Great. Well then, I was going to... I'll keep searching within myself for the answer.
You are already an out...
Huh?
You are all my most beloved... Your ancient name is just that. Focus on who you want to be. You are already worth... The story of your ancient name is for you. It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step toward... Go now, my children.
I know we've never met before, Wyub, but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina.
Whoa! What's going on?
We're out of time. It's the power of the Abyss. Quick.
It's a Seelie! The Seelie opened the way for us!
Or we'll be stuck here! Watch out for the falling rocks! Quick, through the middle! Come on, faster!
We'll never make it!
You've done well. Now come home.
The pyro are—
But she's not here. Yeah, didn't she say she—
She's still in the speaker's chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom—
So you're saying—
Every great display of power— You must feel terrible, Kachina. Let's get back to the stadium. The pyro—
I recommend getting a full checkup.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler? Right. You always—
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned.
Right. The what?
I'll let her explain everything. Every move we make from here on out.
Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go.
a lot less.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the pyro... Take a seat, everybody. All right, that should do it for now. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler. It's like you're completely immune to its...
He always has been special like that. He can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected either.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great...
Of course. I still...
Thank you, Koichi.
All right. We might not see eye to eye, but we just give it time. I'm sure we'll...
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. You've seen it for yourselves now. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than a year before total devastation.
Huh? No.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people. Our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of the disaster.
Mualani told us a little bit of...
500 years ago. Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. Even then, it took centuries of solving the disasters caused by the Abyss to finally, and still, this is but a superficial victory. The forces of the Abyss have merely been driven back underground. The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan's ley lines. Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 500 years before the Night Kingdom was completely lost to the Abyss. But at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer... Our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling. If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to even dream of... So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe.
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure. Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, but there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the pyro...
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense! The Pyro Archon is supposed...
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power, or subjecting them to a... But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. Only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your...
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes... If the Natlan of the future was to have a fight, the goal was to reunite the people and restore the strength of each. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribes won. The Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation.
So that means...
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe. After your adventure in the Night Kingdom,
So in other words, you always knew who the Wyatt were going to pick?
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years ago. Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss, if we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. The ancient name bearer... So, I've tried my best. Currently, Shilonen of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names. During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wayab Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored.
Well, we have less than a year.
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the... That's also why I haven't been able to take action to...
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me about...
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too early, just like your determination to save Kachina, I hope your commitment to this and...
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final two...
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hit... I can only trust in the... I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely because I chose to trust and rely on others. Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular individual. You're quite perceptive, aren't you?
Huh? Oh, right!
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much more
Fuel?
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important, but there's an even more significant... Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire. On their own, each item's power is limited. But together, they're combined. By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within... It was a rather crude approach, so all their...
But weren't they...
That's exactly why I dragged you all here.
You have nothing to be sorry. And then, besides, if they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan, they would not mourn their loss.
Even when you put it that way, I still feel bad.
There's no need. Remember what I told you about time? The people and the events of the past are... If you still have regrets, your deeds will become new
Well, we'd still like to return the favor.
Now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victory feast and we could all use the rest, that's for sure. Plus...
Still...
Try not to let it get to you. It's important to stay calm. Alright. You should...
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories of warriors from all over Natlan. They attract people from all walks of life. Friends come easy here. The people of the spring, it's been really nice seeing the... I've witnessed their energy, their determination, their even when they cause trouble, I never managed to hold on to my anger for long. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children, just like those warriors did. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise victory in the distant future. The Abyss is a cunning enemy, one that I faced in battle many times. Were that not the case, I would never understand exercising this degree of caution. My rage will never know absolution, and my power will no longer aid you in victory. But you came to me because you knew you could convince me with just a single sentence. I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to... Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For Natlan.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon again? But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make. And we will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you worry. Even across time, we will all do our part to fight for Natlan's...
Yeah, Mom's right. Oh, seriously though, Dad should be here.
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone. The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome the next tragedy.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight, instilled in us what it means to love.
Who will be the one to bring this to an end?
We are the inheritors of those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to deliver... It's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others. I'm so glad she made it back.
Well, you two had a fight.
She didn't cause any trouble during...
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us a lot of useful...
That's good.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty outspoken when we first met, but...
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left, but her impulse to fight is extremely strong. Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes.
So what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works pretty well. It helps her keep her cool for a little. Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to make it back safe and sound.
What? Do you really have to go?
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially I appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. I'll find a way to help her. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their arguing? In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Well done, Kachina! Thank you, everyone! I'm so glad I finally made it!
I always knew you could do it! With so much potential at your age, you have a great future ahead of you.
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team. I'll be dealing with you when we get back.
I had no choice! My friend invited me, I couldn't just say no!
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get ahead in the first round?
I wasn't, I swear! I just happened to find that bearer injured in the wild, so I stopped to bandage his wounds. When he insisted on repaying the favor, what was I supposed to do? I'm just one person. I figured Kachina would have no trouble replacing me.
But the fact of the matter is that after your departure, everyone else started thinking about swapping teams too.
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong of us to abandon you like that.
It's amazing that you still made it all the way through to the Night Warden Wars. That's the highest honor.
So, what?
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late to the stadium on the day.
Serves you all right. No sympathy from me.
Alright. There's no need to be like that, Uncle. Dear friend, firstly, I'm grateful to my friends and our great Archon for this traveler and his companion Paimon are some of the strongest people I've ever met. They've agreed to let me learn from them. And let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Ayan-san. They all helped they too deserve to be called our heroes. So...
Well said!
I'll drink to that. How does it feel? To be honest, it's,
Well, you better get used to it! Next up, undefeated Tip!
Hey, please don't make fun of me.
You're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it.
How did you know?
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away. Because they had the thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the end of time. For in 500 years, Natlan will be... You could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end eventually. Imagine if I said, let's leave right now, and go save the sun because it'll flame out in a few million years. I couldn't make them shoulder that. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. Or, of course, without me. But since I was the one who came up with the plan, I felt duty-bound to see it through to the end.
I'm suddenly remembering that portrait in your room.
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up to be, from what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable she played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe, designing and building many houses. Still, it was an impressive achievement, and I'm very... You feel lost keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret. This is a war, and there can be no war without loss. I am already far more fortunate than those who lost their lives to the Abyss. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear. I must see our fate through to the very end, no matter what I may find there.
Yeah, doesn't that mean the way everything ends is already...
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, time takes many forms. The past, even if the future ends in destruction, there's still no reason to give up on the here. And it's precisely because we humans cannot know our fate that we will never. This is a pivotal moment. Well, 3, to be precise. There's one further hero who I'm hoping to get on my... Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable. If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in...
Ancient names can be...
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but if they couldn't be forged at all, then possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded in... The Ode of Resurrection may have temporarily lost its power, but just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a...
Yeah, we can't just...
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilonen right... We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before.
My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her power. Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportune time to seize the...
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness, and I don't intend to start now. As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. You don't have much time, and...
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn... You heard something from here, didn't you?
This scenery is... wonderful. Surely... enough. Convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Once, there was a glorious kingdom.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.